Hello, my name is Samantha Stafford. I am a senior Bachelor of Arts student here at Wayne State University, and I had the absolute honor and pleasure to direct N.O.P.E by C. Lee and Lauracia Dion. I directed alongside Tommy Favorite, a graduate student, and we had an absolutely wonderful cast. Our cast made it very clear that they were ready to put in the work for character development and also to show up to rehearsals every week. Sometimes they varied in times, but our cast was willing to work with that, and I am so incredibly thankful to have a group that was so on the ball and so ready to dive into character development for our skit. It was an absolutely wonderful, wonderful experience. And also, it was a challenge for me personally because it was my first time directing, especially over Zoom. I learned so much, and I am so thankful to be given this opportunity. Thank you.
It better be good.
Have you guys seen this closet? It's both tiny and spacious.
You guys, we have to get out of here.
What the hell, Eleanor?
Oh, where are you?
Where does it look like? I'm in the fucking bushes.
Well, get in your car and go. Leave now.
Oh, please.
Hey, Elle, do you by chance see a shovel moving outside the basement window?
New Phi Sigma isn't safe.
Please, give me a fucking break.
This is serious.
It's the middle of homecoming. For what?
I left my drink on the toilet.
Sandy, stay in that closet.
Okay, we said we would only use the hot chain for emergencies. So is anyone dangerously hungry, angry, lonely, or tired?
Their COVID test came back today.
Before or after the party started?
After. I think this qualifies for a halt.
No, I am noping the hell out of this conversation. Bye.
Who has it?
Think of Justin and John's daughter.
John Sutter!
Only 3.
The rest of them tested positive last month.
Here goes my Nana's baklava for Thanksgiving.
It doesn't mean we have it.
And where was your mask during karaoke?
They sanitized the mics, okay?
I am pretty sure I saw you taking down your mask every time you went to the bathroom, Josh.
No one else was using it.
Eleanor, aren't you currently less in the top floor bathroom?
It would appear that way. But I had my masks on the entire night until now. And also, no one comes up here.
Here we go again. Eleanor's holier than thou roadshow.
I am trying my best.
Oh, no. Everyone's trying their best. You know, until they have to go to Target.
Lay off, Josh, okay? It was a 70% off sale. I call that essential. And meanwhile, I'm in Harry Potter's childhood bedroom.
Please, I'm in the fucking basement.
I'm in a bathroom that probably hasn't been cleaned since the Ford administration, wondering why I was worried about my friends.
Shit!
Elle?
What the hell is happening?
I don't know, okay? But where's John's daughter?
He just tried to hit me over the head with a shovel.
Hold it.
Oh, go fork yourself, Josh.
Now everyone's seen the good place.
Everyone shut the fuck up! Elle, are you safe now?
If by safe, you mean traumatized and bleeding and in need of...
Does anyone care about me? Okay?
I legitimately don't understand what's happening.
We were in the kitchen. Jacob ran in with a bottle of Jack, screaming, "I've got it!" We were all like, "The liquor?"
Well, you did say he was holding a bottle.
Just stood there, possessed, shivering.
With anticipation.
COVID! He has COVID, they all do!
And since when did that turn people into violent assholes?
Well, Justin was sniffing me a lot, and he kept mumbling, Fanta, don't you wanta?
Sandra, seriously?
I wasn't finished, okay? And then he grabbed my neck, which I was not okay with. And then he huffed me. And then he said, I can't smell a goddamn thing.
Shit!
Like, right, I had just showered. Of course I'm not gonna...
Can we please get back to the fact that I'm bleeding over here?
Do you have a clear path to your car?
The Lexus coupe at the end of the runway. I think I can manage.
Elle, you don't have a Lexus.
I can see it from here. It's literally floating on water.
She's headed for the pool.
Al, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Why does the air taste like Nickelback?
I am so scared right now.
Sandra, in what way?
Lay off, Josh.
Screw this. You know what I know?
Does it have to do with an estate plan?
You to die today in a minute or two to two. A thing was simply hard to say, the harder still to... Time to Tursky.
Thanks, Josh. I forgot my mantra.
They're eating. They're literally eating mask off the ground. Touch that!
Eleanor.
It's fine.
Okay. Now what do I do?
So now you want to talk about solutions. We've only been watching our friends die for 10 minutes.
8.5? And who says they're dead? It's not like we're in a zombie flick where everyone dies, okay?
You're hiding in a frat house with COVID-riddled frat kids.
Well, I'm only hiding because you started the whole chain. Eleanor.
Say a word.
Eleanor. I'm scared.
I made it.
Sandra! Are you wearing a...
I made it after I fell back into the basement. Listen, I'm gonna go look for Elle.
No! Get your ass up here and help me find a way out!
Eleanor, there's no hope for you.
I sounded the alarm.
You're on the top floor of a 3-story house swarming with infected, almost hyena-like assholes. Elle has the best shot.
She's infecting.
We're all infected. Don't you get it?
No. Some of us have antibodies.
One is the loneliest brownie that you'll ever do.
There's always been prejudice against Asian Americans, though lately there has been a rise in violence, racism, and discrimination against the community.
Because of this, Freedom Players is taking donations to buy food from local Asian American businesses and restaurants.
This food will be donated to local homeless shelters.
Please come see us April 24th at Gullen Mall in Old Main at the On-Site Insight Festival, where we'll be selling bracelets for $3.
If you can't make it, then no worries. We're taking donations the whole month of April, and you can even donate through our Venmo and our Cash App.
So let's all come together in solidarity with the Asian American Pacific Islander community.
Hello all, my name is Jaden Cable and I am the group leader for our company Fresh Peace Board meeting. This is a collaborative group with Elijah Lennington, Caitlin Oliver, and Maggie Gates. And with assistance of Matthew Dahar, we were able to create an original soundscape for this piece. This idea began in our contemporary breakout room to showcase how difficult it is within each of our different personalities to learn on Zoom. For a lot of us, this was our first year at a university, and having this experience makes us very fortunate to, when we are able to come and dance together in one space again, we will be a lot more appreciative of it. I really hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for watching.
Advocacy Collective means a lot to me. I'm finally able to have a voice in this department, let alone this entire world. I'm able to speak on a platform about many issues that affect many people, especially students that are part of the theater and dance program at Wayne State. And I'm also able to help represent them and build this liaison between students and faculty.
The council is open to all theater and dance graduate and undergraduate students. Join today. Contact your rep for more information.
Hi, my name is Jacob Wilson, and I'm the director for Meet the Chlors.
Hi, I'm Kelly Rossi, and I am the playwright of Meet the Chlors. Oh, I know how to say it. It's a play that I wrote, and I totally know a lot about it. Don't even worry about it. Meet the Chlors is a wonderful story about a whole bunch of supernatural characters that just happen to be in the same family. Some vampires, a man-made being, somebody traveling through space and time right now. Maybe we'll come up and see them later. But it's not all vampires. That's probably the most important thing.
The way I wanted to approach this was to film it almost like a short film, but obviously we're over Zoom. We're not in person, we're not on set or any location whatsoever. But the main thing I wanted to focus on was to make sure that our play did not look like a Zoom conference call. I wanted to give the illusion that they were in the same space. There's a lot of fantastical elements in the play. We played a lot with After Effects.
I wish that I could describe the way watching the cast just embrace everything. It really was magical just to see people invested and really invested in the process and each other.
There's a lot of different tones, a lot of comedic moments, but also a lot of heavy-hitting dramatic moments that are really heartfelt, which I thought was really cool to play around with, all these different tones.
All of the actors in the production team who worked on this just really gave of themselves very selflessly. The process and the product are so much better for it. Just a huge, huge, huge thank you to all of the actors that were in this process. The production team, thank you all so much for everything that you did and all of the expertise that you lent to the process.
This whole play wouldn't be possible with everybody's talented and hard work that everybody put in. I just can't thank our cast and crew enough. It's just a dream come true. But without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy Meet the Chlors.
I don't want to either, Celeste, but this is my last shot to get this house. I know he'll be here. Well, Dad implanted very specific memories of us into him, so I know he remembered me when I called. I didn't get into the nuances of it, love. The DNA part of the monster-making process always bored me. I think he's here. Who's there?
It's me, Byron.
Oh, hey, Byron. Glad you could make it.
That was an aggressive greeting from someone who cordially invited me here.
Sorry. You know how it is. Desperate times, gotta amp up the aggression.
Well, the crime rate in this city is at an all-time low, but I'll allow the generalization for time's sake.
Cool. Well, hey, I could do pleasantries all day, but I think we should just lay it all out there and get down to business.
Oh, those were pleasantries? And we have business?
If I play my cards right, we will. Byron, let me ask you a question. What is your impression of the Chlor family?
Interesting. My impression is that they're a family of vampires who have fallen out of favor with their supernatural brethren over the centuries.
Okay, good, real facts. Now, even though you didn't make it sound too appetizing, how would you like to become a Chlor? Like a real Chlor?
I'm not quite sure what you're proposing.
Like I said on the phone, the Chlor family is about to embark on an epic journey that'll change our lives forever.
Look, Philip, I appreciate your apparent enthusiasm, but your lack of details is leaving me questioning why you even asked me to come here.
Actually, it's Riley now, and geez, Dad made you more direct than I thought he did. Okay, Byron, I'm gonna level with you. I need your help, and the Chlor family name is at stake.
Go on, Riley.
We have been around for centuries, as you know. We've always had a reputation of greatness. In science, literature, killing mobs. We've always been on top.
Yes.
When my father died and my brother disappeared on the same day, I thought that it was a curse and that I should denounce my Chlor family name. But now I know that it was an opportunity.
Could it have also been a curse?
Probably. But since you were thawed, that curse has turned into an opportunity. And that opportunity is you.
Me?
You. Byron, due to a few questionable financial decisions, and then one actually terrible financial decision, I need your help buying my childhood home so I can restore my family name.
Well, I don't see exactly why you need me. You just need my money.
Your intelligence is the ticket, guy, with your stunning personality, that solid jawline of yours, and that beautiful brain my dad built. We can truly do anything that we put our minds to. Together.
So, to reiterate, the large inheritance left to me by our father, Micah Chlor, has absolutely nothing to do with the validity of this plan?
I mean, I wouldn't say nothing, but it's way down on the list. It's like intelligence, personality, jawline, inheritance, in that order.
I see.
So what do you think?
Well, I think that your effort to restore your family name is a deadly mix of misguided nostalgia, a twisted sense of duty, and something else I can't quite put my finger on. I also think it was incredibly rude and deceitful of you to not lead with asking me for money and dangling the carrot of adoption into your family in front of my face. It's shattered what little expectation I had of you coming to me for a noble purpose.
So that's a no?
Sadly, no, it isn't.
Sweet!
Because the one thing that I need, I can't ask for help from anyone but...
Family?
Yes, family. And you're the closest I have.
Listen, Byron, I know that my father's work was controversial and that the population has been a little divided on how they feel about your existence since you were thawed. But we work together and get my house and restore our family name. I will get you whatever you want.
Anything.
Anything?
I need you to help me feel.
Not what I was expecting, but I think we can make it happen. Just feel, though? Not feel like a happiness, a relation, or something cool like that?
I was created without the ability to feel. Or at least I can't access the code that they wired into me.
Huh, that's deep.
It is. It's also why I have trouble remembering feeling specific memories, like why I called you Philip. It's all stored in the tiny boxes in my brain.
That's okay. You can call me Philip.
The file's already been replaced, Riley.
Wait a minute. So you can rewrite your memories, but you can't access your feelings?
Well, you can't rewrite something that doesn't exist.
Huh. True. Well, hey, maybe being around the old homestead will help. Got the old marble board and the pool table and everything. I figured that Dad implanted those memories into your brain core.
He did, but I don't remember anything about a marble board. Oh wait, yes, there it is. It was filed under Childhood Memories Happy. I don't often have much occasion to access that file.
We're gonna work on that one, buddy. We're all gonna help you with that.
I'm looking forward to it. A question. You keep saying we and all of us. Will there be more than just the two of us living in this house?
I mean, I think we can open it up to a few other Chlors. My cousin Celeste, for instance, she's been looking for a place to stay. And she's an expert dealer.
All right.
And my brother Bobby, if he ever decides to reappear, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, and Ivy, the witch that joined her family in the 1600s. And her fairies. Oh, and the ghost that's haunting the place, we don't have to worry about her. She doesn't eat or anything. Oh, and we should probably build a quick little outhouse for the Von Helsing that I'm feuding with.
I'm sorry, you want to build an outhouse for an entity that you're feuding with?
I wasn't feuding with him, it was Bobby, and I just kind of took over after, yeah, he's getting older, he has a few hellhounds, it's just better if we have a place for him to call his own.
Very well. Is there anyone else that you'd like to invite to live with us?
Don't forget about Jenna, your long-lost cousin from Albania.
And Jenna, my long-lost cousin from Albania.
Well, is that it? Is Jenna, your long-lost cousin from Albania, the last person you'd like to invite to live with us?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, Riley. I'll buy the house. And you'll hold up your end of the deal.
You'll be feeling anything and everything by the time we're done with you.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes! Byron, you will not regret this. To the Chlor family, mostly together at last.
To the Chlor family.
To the Chlors!
Yes, there's a lot more of it now. I will. I did express it to the group. Yeah. Well, we're supposed to have a house meeting today, but no one's here. I'm not sure why I'm experiencing anxiety. I don't normally feel anxiety of my own unless I'm using my empathy skill, but I've been trying so hard not to read minds recently. I did bring that up to the group, but they countered that since time is irrelevant to most of us, why should I care if they film me doing something embarrassing? Yeah, it was a good point. Yeah, charge on the card is fine. Thanks for taking the call so late. Thanks, Teresa. Have a great night.
But how do you know she likes you? You can't read minds. You can't feel anything still. So how do you know?
I've become very in tune with her body, and I see her heartbeat become faster and irregular when I'm in her vicinity. Isn't that enough to know she's interested?
She could have had a chai in her vicinity before you got there.
Well, I'd rather have the mystery than the knowledge in that case.
Mystery is boring and takes too long.
Well, if mystery's so boring, why don't you tell us the name of your new boyfriend?
Ellis got to a few of the fairies in your room again.
Which fairies?
The ones you want to have inside if you want the Van Helsing to stay outside.
The ones that treat the world like their toilet.
The very same.
Do you want them to get to my room or something? Because I feel like you enjoy watching them mess with all my most exclusive cosmetics.
I'm sure she doesn't enjoy it as much as she feels a responsibility to give all creatures unfettered access to quality lighting for their socials.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't matter. And where is the cat now?
He's in my room. You don't have to be afraid.
You know it's nearly impossible for me to be afraid of your familiar, Ivy. I just prefer the company of those that don't clean their bodies with other parts of their body.
Either the cat or the fairies, dude. Your choice.
I prefer a less noxious dichotomy.
Don't we all?
Celeste, are you in on why we're having a meeting here today?
I'm not supposed to say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know, but I'm not supposed to say I know.
That clears things up.
Indeed.
Well, I hope he gets here soon. It's almost feeding time, and everyone starts to get anxious around feeding time.
I don't even get that anxious around feeding time anymore.
You barely feed anymore.
I'm still a vampire. I still feed. I just don't need as much as I used to. I'm adapting. That's what Jean calls it.
Oh, Gene. I see he has a name now. Gene.
Jean?
Well, nobody asked how my date went, so I didn't bring him up. But yes, his name is Gene, and he's lovely and warm, and I really think he's gonna be one of the ones, you know? What's her deal? She's so loud lately.
There's been a change in the air. You can't feel it?
Is it the beeping? Because I feel like these cameras are always beeping or blinking or something.
They aren't, but I do notice their presence. It's as if it's wrapping around me and becoming another part, an extension of myself.
Sometimes you say that about your toothbrush.
Where is Riley? You both called this meeting, and now he's not even here. And where is Jenna?
He'll be here, he texted. And Jenna's probably buying records and doesn't remember that there's even a meeting. She's always making memories at that record store.
As a witch, secrecy bothers me. I hate it when you two do build things.
Only when it's secret from you.
Precisely.
All I have to say about what we have to say is this. Prepare your minds for something bigger than you could ever imagine.
You know, I don't think that's actually possible to do.
Jenna!
Did you find them?
Well, I didn't get to that store that I was telling you about. The one with the birds and the kind shopkeepers.
So you didn't find them?
Jenna, why and how are you always sneaking up on people?
Okay, Jenna, I'm not disappointed.
Mostly because he can't find disappointment in his memory files.
No, wait. But the guy with the birds was still around, and he told me about this other guy down the block. So I went there and...
Oh, you're an angel. It's so hard to find these here.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can get with a simple conversation. And a bunch of money.
Super wise.
Jenna, are you in on why we're having a meeting here today?
Oh, there's a meeting today? What about?
Since we are all here and we're still waiting on Riley, can we please talk about the cameras?
Yes, we can talk about them, and yes, I love them.
Of course you do, Celeste. You appreciate and accept the image that looks back at you. You know, not everyone here has the same perspective on these cameras as I do. Not every being in this room has been subjected to the amount of scrutiny that I've been under, or through the amalgamation. Every part of my body, every limb, each delicate eyelash carefully chosen, every detail pored over. Some beings may not find warmth in the cold, familiar comfort of being watched, picked apart, seen from every angle. I can't say I love the cameras, but they're familiar, and I know them.
Feel anything?
Not this time.
Bummer, man.
I have to say, I'm not comfortable with the amount of change in atmosphere that I've seen since Riley insisted we install these cameras for safety purposes. The fairies have been talking a lot more than usual, and...
He's not coming back, is he?
This isn't about Bobby.
Don't say his name. He'll materialize.
I hope you don't mean me, darling, because here I am, materialized.
Riley!
Riley!
Riley.
Riley, are you...
Now don't everyone talk all at once, okay? I'm not even 100% with you. Absolutely, Todd. I hear you. I hear that. Hearing it. Yes, and when I hear from them, I'll get to you, okay? Thanks, Todd. Have a day, okay? Hey everyone, so glad you could be here.
We live here.
Did you just tell someone to have a day?
Absolutely. I don't like to force my opinion of how a day should go onto anyone, so I just tell them to have a day. Their day.
That's kind of awesome.
I think we should start this meeting.
Ah, yes, the main event. Star, set the mood.
Did you just call her Star?
Yeah, we're working on nicknames for everyone. Celeste is just a mouthful if you say it too quickly, so Celeste, Celestial, Star. Star was perfection. Now, we just need one for me.
Isn't Riley your nickname, Philip?
Technically, if you want to be technical about it, but we need a new dynamic name for a new dynamic duo. Oh, right, you don't all know about that yet.
Know about what?
All right, I'm going to level with you. We need to talk, it's important.
Yes, we've gleaned that from the meeting notice and the fact that we're all sitting here waiting for you to tell us something important.
Is everyone okay? You all seem tense tonight.
Well, it's either the meeting, the cameras, or the fact that it's feeding time and we've all been sitting here.
Oh, geez. Feeding time. Do we need to go for a few wings and come back and...
No, absolutely not. Jenna fed, Celeste hasn't been hungry in weeks, and I can feel that you feel just fine to keep going. So let's have the meeting.
Okay. So how is everyone tonight?
Riley!
What? I'm just trying to take the tone of the room before I drop this on you guys. Jeez. I mean, I've taken a lot of careful consideration figuring out how I'm going to tell you guys all this. As you know, my father was a builder as well as a scientist. And when he told me he built this house with a purpose and then died almost immediately, I knew that I had to find out the reason why. And in my epic quest for the truth,
We just got an offer from a global TV network to make a real show about supernatural beings.
What?
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 Well, that's one way to find out.
A show. A show. That's what all of this is about?
Yes.
Like a reality show? Is that what all the cameras are for?
Yes.
Have you started filming? Is that why they're always on?
Okay, so technically we haven't started yet because these suit humans need your signatures before we can put anything out there. And no matter how much of my persuasion skill I used, they just would not let up.
Okay, good.
But I knew you would need some convincing that this was the fantastic idea. I knew it was.
Did you just say fantastic?
You did. That one's mine. And it's going to be big.
This is not good.
Okay, look. We knew you would need some convincing that this was the good idea, and we needed a promo clip to wow the suit humans. So we installed the cameras, did a little sneaky recording, started some magic with the editing, and voila!
It's pronounced... Never mind.
The world of the supernatural beings is a world unknown to the human eye. Strange. Imperfect. Yet beautiful. Their existence is shown only through the fictional lens of Hollywood. Until today. Yes.
To be or not to be? That is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble. The hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprise is a great pith, and moment with disregard their currents turn hoary, and lose thy name of action.
See your picture though? Did you see it? I thought the lighting was really good. It must have been in Celeste's room. Have you taken pictures in Celeste's room? Well, she wouldn't be very happy because, you know, her makeup, but the lighting in there is really good. It's really good. I go in there and take pictures all the time. That's where I take my best selfies, yeah.
All this and more when you meet the Chlors.
I wish I filmed a reaction vid right now because your faces are priceless. So come on, hit me with it. What do you think?
What do we think? Are you serious? You really took a... What do we think? Are you serious? You really recorded all of us without our consent and you think... This is what we think! This is completely unacceptable. Plus the fact that I've never seen you do a bicep curl until today.
I do a lot of things you don't know about, Ive.
Riley, over the centuries you've concocted schemes for money, power, and fame that have been outlandish as they were audacious, but this one is truly special.
I know, right?
I'm not sure that was a compliment.
Oh.
So, like, is everyone gonna know we're vampires now?
Yeah, isn't that great?
I suppose if all of us were vampires, and if some of us didn't mind everyone knowing that most of us are murderers.
Speak for yourself. I still steal from the Red Cross.
My bad, murderers and thieves.
Okay, guys, you're all really bumming me out right now. You're not seeing this as the golden opportunity that it is. This is our chance.
Our chance to what?
To show the world who we really are. This is what Dad was talking about before he died. This is why he told me this house is so important. He wanted me to get us all together so that we can change who everyone thinks we are. The perception of our kind can finally be in our hands. We don't have to be what society thinks we are. We don't have to be scary or monsters or British. We can be us and show the world.
And who says we want to do that?
You do. All of you, every day. I mean, geez, Byron, how many times per week do you lament about how the news coverage surrounding your thought pegged you as a monster?
Several.
And Ivy. And how many more witch stories about eating children need to be out there until you finally tell people that you pretty much exclusively eat mac and cheese and that children taste as bad as they smell?
They smell so terrible.
And Jenna, don't you want to show the world that vampires don't have to be all that exciting? Like they can just be boring and never really accomplish anything?
Wait, is that what all of you think of me?
Yes.
I wouldn't call boring the perfect term.
Don't listen to anything they say.
Listen, Celeste and I know that this is all new to you. You don't have to thank us right away for all the work we put into this.
You can thank me whenever.
Thank you. For what? This promo video shows me looking out a window and then dramatically reinterpreting the silo that is Hamlet. How does that show people I'm not a monster?
It shows depth, bro. That you're not just the sum of your parts, and that you're real, and that you have really real emotions. Or at least it looks like you do in the promo.
I suppose so. I just wish you'd used my Falstaff instead.
Byron, you don't actually think this is a good idea, do you?
Of course not. I just don't think it as terrible and egregious as it was when they first said it.
Ivy, what about you? That promo shows you during a private conversation.
Yeah, I can't say I'm too happy about that. Makes me quite uncomfortable, really.
Speaking of which, are you sneaking into my room to take selfies? Seriously?
That clip was taken completely out of context.
Anyway, I think we should vote. I like voting.
Fine, we can vote. All in favor of finally being in control of our own stories, of being able to show the world who we really are. Not what some Hollywood writer decides. I mean, come on, raise your hand. This is really going to happen. You won't be sorry you said yes. You'll meet the suit humans. They'll love you, Byron. They love to try to sound smarter than they actually are, and they have no understanding of feelings.
I see.
And think of the possibilities, Ivy. Your fairies can have screen time. We can have a whole episode about your plants. And hey, maybe even the Von Helsing that I have to feud with can be like our wacky neighbor.
My name is Derek.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I want to do this, but something still feels wrong. The atmosphere feels so different now.
It's probably all the fairy poop.
This is a
very bad idea.
Jenna, are you okay?
Okay, maybe boring wasn't the best descriptor.
Chlor family, my name is Gruldor, and I am here to fulfill my destiny.
Interesting.
Centuries ago, my entire family, the all-powerful Chlors, were nearly vanquished by your great grandmother. Your mother, Eleanor, killed my sister, my best friend, and I have searched for a way into your family for decades, and now that I am here, I will fulfill my mission to infiltrate and destroy all of you!
Wait, so you're not my long-lost cousin from Albania?
No, that was my clever cover.
Huh. The oversized poison bottle in the promo video is starting to make more sense now.
Indeed it does.
Silence! Yes, I started by poisoning Celeste, and I'll continue to make all of you weaker until he returns.
He? You don't mean...
Oh, yes. Once the much more talented twin brother of Philip Chlor appears, Bobby Chlor, you will all be too weak to stop our unholy alliance from forming, and together, the Chlor and Glor families will unite to rule the known universe!
He's not that talented.
So your real name is Grildor Glor?
Yes.
Well, that's a mouthful.
So now that you've told us all of this, are we just supposed to go back to normal until Bobby shows up and you use him to take over our entire family?
I wouldn't mind it.
Well, don't be too surprised if none of us take you up on it.
I mean, that would be great, but it isn't necessary. I can just continue to manipulate all your minds so you think this is just an extension of Riley's TV show pitch.
Jenna, I hate to say it, but you have 4 of the most capable beings in this room before you. I mean, one of us is bound to figure it out.
That's okay, Jenna. You don't have to do the confessionals if you feel that they're too intimate.
Thanks, man. I'm just not ready to bare my soul like that.
Well, personally, I'm glad Jenna cleared up why she needed that oversized poison bottle.
Me too. Thank you, Jenna.
No problem, man. Hey, Ivy. What's wrong? You look a little confused.
I think something happened.
That's okay. Why don't you and Ellis go for a walk?
Maybe Ellis and I should go for a walk.
Well, I should freshen up for my evening. See you all in the morning.
Would anyone care for a game of pool?
Oh, I could. Wait, let me make my announcement first. Okay, I'm done.
Riley, I need to ask you something.
Sure, anything.
I will do anything you say if you think it'll really help bring Bobby back and restore the family name, but do you really think a reality show can change the perception of humans? Do you really think that we can change who they think that we are?
I think that if we do this right, we'll change the whole world as we know it. You'll see.
Stop. 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 Okay, really, stop, because I'm filming. Sorry, he's so needy now that we aired the trailer and my follower count tripled in 2 days. What were we talking about?
Me, right? I mean, I'm not technically the star of the show, but I think by now...
By now I'm certain we've made our own situations worse by being a part of this. I'm being stalked by historians and Christians again, and...
I've never seen that many fairies in my life, and I'm 600 years old. I mean, I know that I'm powerful and have an attractive garden, but...
Seriously, how many fairies could we possibly house here? Who's going to clean up after them?
The fairy situation is kind of out of control. Once word got out that there was a possibility of airtime...
There was no stopping them. I mean, fans been stalking this place for days. I had no idea that it would be like this before the show even aired. I guess people have been more starved for supernatural content than I thought.
And I just can't imagine why. Why would anyone want to camp out to watch Celeste and see if her eyebrows grow out? Why does Riley already have a fan page of upwards of 130,000 followers?
Why can't I just be myself without protecting others? I've been with this family for so long they just started calling me a Chlor, but I'm really not. I was a young outcast in my village when Mike found me. I was so powerful I could barely speak or move, and he found me on another plane and managed to calm me down. He told me I could join him on his journey, and I couldn't refuse. I needed help. He was so good to me, and as my powers grew, I used them to protect his family. The children were small, and Eleanor had been killed by the Van Helsing. It's not that I felt obligated to stay around and protect Riley after Mike had died and Bobby disappeared. I couldn't leave him all alone. Now that he has Byron and Celeste and Jenna and all of this, does he even need me anymore? And honestly, if he thinks that outing supernaturals is a way to restore the family name...
Why are we even doing this? Not that I don't like the free stuff. It's just, how is this gonna bring back the grand name of the Chlors?
I'll tell you how. Sex. That's why there are so many more fairies around here. Ivy needs to remember to keep the virile ones separated.
Or else it's just a disgusting mess. And I suppose I didn't understand that hellhounds meant actual hounds from actual hell. Burning feces always have a way of making an impression on your memory vaults.
But it's going so great already. I can't wait to see what happens next week.
I'm leaving, and that's final.
But you can't. You can't now. You can't ever. You're my sister. The Chlor family would be helpless without you.
The latter part of that statement is absolutely true. And I'd like to point out the fact that I resent that you've never called me your sister before you need me to stick around for your reality show.
You have always been a part of our family.
Then why didn't you tell me?
We thought you knew. Why would we let you stay with us if you weren't a part of our family? Your unchecked power has destroyed every city we've ever called home.
Right after all of you killed all of its citizens.
See, you fit right in.
It may help if you describe the feeling.
Mom, You just gotta let it happen.
I don't think this is working.
Well, that's the problem. You're not supposed to work music. You're supposed to let it work you.
I see. Actually, I don't. Can you explain further?
Well, when you're listening to music like this, it's not about feeling anything specific. It's about the music handing out invitations to feelings, and then they decide whether they want to show up or not, you know?
I do not, unfortunately.
I hear ya. Look, I love our little feeling sessions, but do you think we could end early? I've just got a lot on my mind today.
Of course. Is everything all right? Today you seemed preoccupied.
Yeah, that's great. Preoccupied is a perfect way to describe that. Way to go.
Thank you. So why are you preoccupied?
I don't know. Just feeling a little restless, I guess.
Are you in need of anything? Anything I can provide?
You? Nah. I'm just getting a little antsy from all the extra people hanging around here. The crew, the fairies. Just not used to being around this many people when they're alive, you know?
But you've barely given it a chance. They haven't even aired the first episode yet.
That's just it. If this is any indicator on how ridiculous this is going to be, then I need to leave before it gets any worse.
It isn't that ridiculous.
Riley, maybe you're not aware, but I'm basically a talent agent for these fairies. I'm really barely in the pilot, and I tried to talk to the producer about having segments on my plants like you said, and he responded by asking me if I knew any fairies that looked like the sexy gremlin from Gremlins 2.
No, he didn't.
I didn't remember the movie, but he had a reference photo. It was terrifying.
Okay, Ive.
Philip, I love you, but I'm done.
You know, I pride myself on knowing pretty much everything, but I kinda didn't see this coming.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. The reason why you're making that ridiculous face.
What reason? What ridiculous face? My face? What did it do?
Oh man, it's worse than I thought.
What is?
Your love for Jenna. Jenna of all vampires.
Love of Jenna. What do you mean of all vampires? Explain yourself.
Ah! I thought it couldn't get any better than, are you in need of anything? Anything I can provide. But explain yourself is up there.
Celeste, I don't even understand what you're saying, and I'm starting to I'm starting to
think that you don't trust in this plan.
I'm starting to wonder if you ever had one.
Harsh?
Riley, you never explained how this show is going to bring back the Chlor family name, bring back Bobby, or give us autonomy over our own stories. You just expect us to follow you blindly, but I won't anymore unless you tell me why we're really doing this.
We're doing this for us, Ive. To show the world. To show them.
To show them what? That we're a complete mess? I've seen some of the footage and you can't honestly tell me that you think it helps our image as monsters.
Why is it so loud over here? Why are we fighting when the cameras aren't on?
We are not fighting. I'm leaving.
Ivy Chlor, you will not leave this show or this family.
Is everything okay? I don't have the right record on for the vibe happening in here right now.
Don't worry, Jenna. The vibe is about to change because Ivy is going to open her mind to what I'm trying to tell her.
No, Riley, I'm not. Not until you come clean with the fact that you don't care about the Chlor name. You don't care about us. You care about yourself and that's it.
Hey.
No, you don't care if Bobby comes back. He'll just mess everything up for you by saving the day as usual. And then Riley can go back to being who he is. And you want to know who he is?
Who is he, Ivy?
Oh, this could be good.
He's a selfish, petulant, perpetual child who will never be able to take the responsibility of leading his family.
And that's exactly why I'm doing this. So Bobby will come back, and the selfish, perpetual child can stop pretending to lead and go back to being who he was.
Is this silence considered awkward?
Yes.
I never wanted to lead this family, Ivy. Ever. I just love going along for the ride and being the kid brother. Mom was kind and terrifying. Dad was smart and dashing, and Bobby just everything else. Right after Mom was killed, we found you, so it's like nothing even changed. You were also terrifying and occasionally kind. And it seemed like everything was going to go back to normal. But then everything changed. Dad died right before he told me why he built this house. And I went to tell Bobby, and he said, "I'll be back, Philip," and then disappeared forever. So I didn't want to lead. I just had to, because no one was left.
Riley.
No, Ivy, no. You asked, and I'm gonna answer you. How does a reality show bring back my brother and restore the family name? By ensuring he comes back to save us. Because nothing but chaos and destruction can come from the show, Ivy. Nothing. If the suits expose us, and humanity comes to hunt us, if we become immensely popular and everyone wants to be turned into vampires, or anything in between, we will be in some sort of peril. And no one knows how to come in and save the day like
Bobby Chlor!
Bobby?
Bobby?
You know, I did not see that coming.
You look different than I thought.
Well, thank you, little lady.
Okay, gross.
It has been foretold. The eldest of the Chlor family, Bobby Chlor, has come back to take his rightful place as heir. I place myself in your presence so that I may show myself to you. I am Goldor Galore, and my one purpose is to unite our families. With our powers united together, we shall...
Thank you kindly for your words, fellow vampire. But might I ask you a favor?
Anything.
Where is Van Helsing?
Did you just say your name is Grildor?
Vengeance shall be mine. Shall rightly be mine.
You'll pay for destroying my family.
Time to finish the job, I guess.
Abigail, sometimes I wish you could do more than just sigh.
Well, I'm sorry you decided to say that.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry to scare you. I think you just temporarily broke the spell I'm under with the combination of words you just said, but it probably won't last long. It never does.
I'm so tired of being surprised today.
Me too. How about that grill door, huh?
Yeah, seriously. How long have we been under her spell?
Since you moved in, I think.
I see. And have you been under it this whole time too?
Oh no. Alas, all I could ever do was...
I see. Well, what do we do now?
I mean, I got the whole fight on my phone if you're worried about footage.
Celeste!
When did you come in?
After grill door, before the side.
Celeste, we need to tell you something.
Is it her origin story? Because I think I'm good.
No, it's about... Wait, did you say grill door? You know about that? Did you also not fall back under her spell?
What spell?
The spell Jenna? Grill door put you all under to take over the Chlor family by uniting with Bobby?
Ew, no. I was never under that. Spells are ridiculous.
So why didn't you tell us about Jenna's plan to overtake our family?
I wasn't really paying attention to her.
She was poisoning you!
Everyone poisons me. I sometimes poison myself when new poisons come out.
Why can nothing move you, Celeste? We're about to be overtaken by a vampire who's seeking to destroy our family, and all you can do is sit here, smirk, and quit.
I think you're forgetting I've been around a long time, Ivy. I've seen enough stories like this to know everything's about to wrap up and nothing exciting will have actually happened.
Yeah, we've all been around for a long time, Celeste.
Not as long as I have.
Yeah? Try me. I've been alive for centuries, and my unconscious being was manipulating minds eons before that.
I'm still older than you, Ivy.
Can I just cut in while I still have a speaking voice?
No! So how old are you then, Celeste? Vampires haven't been around for that long.
Oh, God, no. I'm not actually a vampire. Gross.
What is going on right now?
Okay, just to save us some time and shore up my backstory since you're so suddenly curious, I come from a long line of beings who spontaneously appeared before the creation of the known universe.
You're an original thought?
You're an actual original thought?
Yeah.
You're a legend!
Hardly. I'm one of the last in a long line of thoughts, and since each thought is influenced by the previous thought that came before it, and I'm one of the last, one of my first known memories is waking up to my mentor going, meh. Hence here I am.
So how did you become a Chlor?
It's pretty well known in my circles that some of the world's biggest parasites and paranormals are a result of a cluster of original thoughts that I was a part of. Vampires are kind of surrounded by disgust.
True.
I knew Eleanor centuries before Riley and Bobby were even a passing thought to her. She was my friend. She was fun and dangerous. Also, she said she never wanted kids, so I showed up to laugh at her when the boys were born.
My word.
Oh, please. Children are terrifying. Anyway, after Van Helsing killed her, I just needed to stick around them because I know Eleanor would have wanted me to make sure her boys weren't completely self-absorbed like their father.
All he wanted to do was to be able to look in a mirror just once.
Right. So I found Riley, told him I was his long-lost cousin.
Ugh.
I know, he falls for that a lot. But Riley is a sweet kid who doesn't completely bore me. He treats me like family, so now I'm a Chlor.
And because you're a Chlor, you'll help us figure out how to defeat Jenna and save Bobby and Philip?
I feel like I made it very clear when I said things were about to wrap up and nothing would actually happen.
Well, we need help to make sure they wrap up and that nothing actually happens.
I know, but when you do it, I'll be in the front row.
Do you think there'll be any more startling revelations today?
I sure hope not. Well, Abigail, it looks like it's up to you and me to figure out a plan to get rid of Jenna.
Ooh, what if we put her in the old TV set in the living room?
Entrapment spells are very hard to manage long term.
We can make the bear rug come to life.
Yes, but then we'd have an animated bear rug.
Right. What about the bag of marbles?
What about that?
We could.
I feel like your ideas are limited to things in the living room since you can't leave the house.
Yeah, you're probably right. Wait, can't you read minds?
Yes, but if Jenna is as powerful as it seems she is, she'll just be able to tell I'm trying to read her mind and know that I'm not under her spell anymore.
Well, what about someone else's mind? What if Byron has a secret locked away so powerful that it will change the course of Jenna's actions?
Please, what could Byron possibly be hiding? Besides, it's not like going into someone's mind is like a series of boxes. Oh, wait. Byron's mind is just a series of boxes. And here, I found a locked one.
Can you open it?
Yes. Yeah. Abigail, you're a genius! Now, let's go save Bobby and Philip before someone says a special combination of words that makes your voice go away.
Yeah, it's actually easy too. You just have to say something like, Abigail, I wish you never had a voice in the first place.
Is that the best you can do, you coward?
That's not what your mom said.
Hey, Riley.
Hey. I don't need closure, you know. I'm fine. Bobby's back. My plan pretty much worked. It's fine.
I know. I just came to say thank you
For what?
for telling me I'm your sister. I really needed to hear that.
Sure.
I didn't think you needed me anymore.
Oh, come on.
I mean it. You have all these people around you now, and all your adoring fans.
Yeah, and I'm not really short on cousins either, I guess.
You mean Jenna or Celeste?
Celeste too? Jeez. No, I was talking about Jenna. I think her spell wore off or something. Now it just seems like she only cares about Bobby.
Riley, don't be so hard on yourself. In the end, your plan worked. If you hadn't brought us all together and pitched the reality TV show idea, Jenna never would have revealed herself as Grildor. We never would have known about her plan to conquer your family by overtaking Bobby.
Do we actually have a plan to conquer her before she conquers us?
Not at the moment.
Right. Listen, Ivy. I'm
No,
sorry.
you listen. I have spent centuries watching you stay in the shadow of Bobby, the real Chlor, just because he carries on the same lust for blood infused as your mother and has the same thirst for fame as your father. But Riley, that's not the only way to be Chlor. You can heal and protect like me. You can have a wealth of knowledge and still search for meaning like Byron. You can influence people like Celeste. Or you can be you. You can be the beacon that you are. You can be Philip Riley Chlor, the force that keeps us all together.
That was a wonderful speech, Ivy.
Thank you.
Although it did contradict the last speech you gave about me, but I don't mind. I know you're just trying to motivate me to come up with a brilliant plan to defeat Grildor.
Do you think we can come up with one?
Together, we can do anything. Now, where are the marbles from the living room?
On the way, I need to tell you something we found out about Byron.
You're weak, just like your dad.
Don't you dare talk about my father.
Can't get in. His mind is so focused on him, I can't even make him look over here.
It's almost impossible to penetrate a mind solely focused on revenge. It's all consuming.
Hello, Byron.
Hello, Jenna. Or shall I call you Grildor?
I just prefer Jenna at this point. Celeste was right. Grildor galore is a mouthful.
I see. Having trouble taking over Bobby's mind?
I would use the modern euphemism that his mind is like a steel trap, but it's more like one of those mirror mazes in a funhouse.
Sounds amusing.
It would be if I wasn't trying to take over this family with his mind.
He'll never think of anything else until the Van Helsing called Derek is dead. Derek killed his mother.
I would love to feel anything close to sympathy for him, but his entire family slaughtered mine. The feud between our families has killed every single person close to me, including my best friend.
Your sister.
You know nothing of her, Chlor.
I know you come from a long line of brilliant scientists, Jenna, and Philomena was no exception.
You know nothing.
Jenna, how long have you been stalking the Chlor family?
A long time.
Long enough to know the Chlor family well, I suppose.
Unfortunately, yes.
And in your findings of Micah Chlor, did you find him to be a man of science and innovation?
Not necessarily.
Perhaps he seemed more the type to introduce his DNA into the experiment of a lifetime, to ensure his fingerprint would be embedded in the creation? More ghostwriter than scientist.
What are you saying?
It's my working theory that your father and Micah Chlor began working together in secret on a series of experiments over the years.
You just said Micah was no scientist.
Well, you need someone charming to persuade people to let you continue your work after you've eaten everyone in the building.
True.
My theory is that the Chlor and Glor family feud was called off in secret by the patriarchs, who saw no reason to continue after the matriarchs were exterminated and a newer, more potent threat was exposed.
Van Helsing.
More importantly, humanity. Humanity posed more of a threat than any of the vampire family feuds combined. At some point, our fathers must have realized they had to work together before more of you were killed.
No! I worked so hard. I kept everyone under my spell. I lived with all of you, with all the fairies. I kept everyone in my grasp for this. For you to explain away my anguish with unity? Our fathers were secretly united, so I should just abandon my quest for revenge? This doesn't erase the hundreds of years of slain family members due to the Chlor's lust for blood.
Certainly not. But what I'm saying is that, in a very practical way, there may be another path for you into the Chlor family. Jenna, in my quest for knowledge, I found every answer to every question that I've ever looked for, except for one. How can I feel? Well, journeys to find the answer took me down several solitary spiritual paths. Nothing could truly give me a feeling, or even show me the mechanics of how one works. I had near given up when Riley called, sparking a new question in me that made me wonder, what if I need others in this pursuit? What if the action of feeling required something outside of myself? Regardless of my reticence, I met Riley, and then, well, I wish I could describe it. It's as if, well, at first it was a sound I could hardly hear. And as I've tried to hear it more clearly, it moved further away. Then it became a buzz, something I couldn't ignore. And finally became a melody. A tune that I couldn't escape but never wanted to run from. Something that filled my entire mind with nonsense I could never make out, but I could never be bothered to clear away. Welcome, nonsense. That's it, that's how I can describe it. The day I met you, Jenna, was the day I welcomed nonsense into my life. And ever since that day, I've been searching for a way to ask it to stay.
Byron, as inviting as whatever that was, I can't imagine.
Would it change anything if I added that technically, because of a certain Chlor patriarch missing the birth of his twin sons due to a very important scientific experiment, I was the eldest Chlor?
What was it you called it? Welcome nonsense? I'm listening.
Hey, watch out for my mother's china.
Don't worry. You'll be dining in hell soon.
Whoa, wait a minute. What's on the floor? Whoa!
Did I just hear a reconciliation by way of consensual union here? Because if not, I have disparaging news for your takeover plans.
Yes, you did, and what an amazing display of prowess through vocabulary. Bravo.
Thanks. Wait, did you guys actually have a consensual union?
Yep. Without knowing the big secret that Byron is technically the eldest Chlor due to being injected with Micah's DNA seconds before Bobby was born?
No, I told her that part.
Oh man, we were just about to reveal all that now that we took care of all the external threats with the bag of marbles from the living room.
I assume I'll regret asking, but how?
Also, how many external forces were there?
Picture it. 2 resourceful supernatural beings, prepping for the fight of their lives using only the furnishings of the dwelling from which they draw their power.
We dropped marbles on the floor, and Bobby slipped and fell out a window.
That's hilarious. I love physical comedy.
Is he alright?
Yeah, it looks like they're talking. Like Bobby and the Von Helsing are working it out with words?
Well, that's fascinating. Are the Hellhounds cooperating as well?
Seems like it.
Huh. Looks like my plan worked out after all. Everything's wrapping up and honestly, nothing really major happened.
Now that I'm thinking on it, what shall we do with the crew for the show?
Oh, right. Them. I'll take care of them. See you later, bro.
Oh, what an oddly terrifying term. I suppose I should go help him. I suppose we want them to live through this experience.
That seems important.
Well, I'm sure you two have plenty to catch up on.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like the type of thing people say before they leave the room. Oh, and welcome to the family, Jenna. I'm sure you won't totally regret it within minutes.
Is this a good time to acknowledge that epic mind battle we've had going on this whole time?
Sure. Should we also mention that when we influenced our fathers to work together all those centuries ago, effectively starting the chain of events that led to today and saving our families from complete obliteration?
Couldn't hurt. What about the time when you tried to set me up with Riley first, but he kept accidentally killing everyone on our dates and I had to hide out in Albania for 3 years?
Yeah, I think we can skip that one.
So the cruise situation got out of hand quick. Anyone got a sec to help with the cleanup?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm one of the choreographers and dancers in 6 Feet Apart. This dance piece was meant to represent the physical distance that is between us, even though we see each other on Zoom about 5 days a week, and how that physical distance impacts our daily lives. Throughout creating this piece, we really achieved the closeness that we all so desperately craved in this virtual world, and we all really enjoyed making it. This will be most of our first performances, performing our own choreography here at Wayne State, so I really hope you all enjoy.
Alone, detached, individual, far, unreachable. In the world of screens and isolation, human touch and human interaction has been taken from us.
Feeling the physical presence of a person is a fundamental part of how people interact with one another. With this barrier of space and screens, we become awkward and scared.
We are meeting people who are supposed to become friends we keep for life, but we cannot hug, high five, or shake hands. We cannot step through a screen to be with one another.
This affects us in all aspects of our lives: physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, and we wish one day to be closer than 6 feet apart.